So you get the screwdriver, wedge it here, and you come in with your 8mm socket to loosen up the bolt that holds the clutch hub on. There it goes. Now I should be able to unscrew it by hand and take this out. It's actually a bit driver I use, not a screwdriver. Now after that, there's a snap ring inside that we have to get out. This just pulls right off. See? And if you can see inside, compressor, there's a snap ring, and I see the snap ring. But first, before you take the snap ring off, we have to release the tension on the belt. And to do that, that is, the tensioner's right there. And to release it, you have to put a breaker bar inside of there. For some reason, my breaker bar doesn't go all the way in the square hole that is there. So I'm going to have to try to do it very carefully so it doesn't slip out when I do it. Pull it down like this to release the tension. And you see the pulley, compressor pulley moving? That means the bearing is shot. It shouldn't move at all. So you need to do this to loosen up the tension so that you can get the belt off, so that you can get the pulley off. The belt was tricky to get off, but I got it off. Look at that. See how bad it is? It moves all over the place. Now we're going to get our snap ring pliers to get that snap ring out of there. Hopefully I can get these in there. I got an angled pair. Just gonna get the pick in there and rip this thing off of here. And that's it. Now we gotta figure out how to get this mess off because it's all screwed up. Alright, so in order to get this stupid pulley out, I took an open-end wrench like this, adjustable wrench, put it here, and just rocked it back and forth. As you can see, the pulley's coming off. It's the only way to get this thing off. To get the magnet off, you can use a bent crowbar that's bent on the end. But I'm just using this wrench because that's all I got. And I'm coming in here and pulling it towards me. To slowly work the magnet off. Cause see how the materials is all damaged from getting too hot. So it's gonna have to be replaced. Try to go around it if you can. Just be gentle so you don't cause too much damage to the aluminum housing of the compressor. doing that. Try to go around it if you can, and eventually you will get the old magnet off. This went around it with my wrench on each. I tried to get it under each bolt here on the compressor, and then pull up this way around it until it finally popped off. There's the new one. Just pop it on. Probably gonna have to tap it on somehow to get it to go on. Then you got your connector, which disappeared somewhere. There it is. Here's the connector. So you want to the end with the connector on it, which is here, plug-in. There, you want to kind of point that up at an angle towards where the wire is. And get the magnet on there, on the compressor a little bit. And try to feel for it. To plug it in. And I got it, it's in. Now we're just gonna have to tap this in very carefully, because you don't want to cause any damage to these coils, this magnet. Pulley inside the magnet is, there's a notch on the magnet right here, and you have to bang it, tap it in until that notch clears and is under this other plate here, and then you'll know that the magnet is on. I carefully hammered it right here and here on these metal edges here. Tapped around to get it in there. And you can check here to know. See, I don't know if you can see, it's dark, but it's as far as it can go right here. You can tell by looking in here that piece sticks out of the magnet on the back, and you can see where it lines up with the compressor. So it's hammered on as far as it's going to go. Now we can put the new pulley on. The pulley, you're going to have to tap that in a little bit too. I'm just going to go around it again, give it a couple more taps. You have to do this very carefully so you only hit the edges where the metal is and not the plastic in the center where the coils are. That's why it's best to tap it little by little and take your time so you don't damage the brand new electromagnet. Okay, now we're going to get the pulley. You can just change the bearing, but I didn't feel like trying to hunt down a bearing, so I just got the pulley. So make sure you got your magnet, make sure the wire is plugged into the magnet, otherwise your AC is not going to work. Then put the new pulley on, try to line it up where it goes. If you can. And then I'm not going to be able to do it and hold the camera, so just put it on there, try to line it up where it goes around this, and then start tapping it on. And this one's going to be pretty tight clearance around the magnet. It's going to be pretty close to here when it spins. So you want to make sure you get it on right, so that way when it's turning it doesn't touch the magnet. Here's what I did to get it on without damaging the pulley. I put the old clutch hub on. Then I got a long flathead screwdriver, put it in the center, and then just tap that with my adjustable wrench until it hammered the pulley in all the way. And I was a little nervous because as I was hammering the pulley in, it wasn't spinning freely. So I was thinking maybe for some reason this part doesn't fit my truck. But once I got it all the way down, cleared the little notch here so I can put the snap ring in, it spins like it should. While you got your belt loose, you might as well check your other pulleys. The power steering pulley here, I'm spinning that, it spins pretty good. I don't feel any resistance. So that way you'll know if you're gonna have any problems down the road with pulleys. Check the tensioner pulley. Stick your hand up here. That one spins. Once you got your pulley on, you can go ahead and put the belt back now, if you want, before you put the snap ring back in. You gotta get the breaker bar on the tensioner again. Okay. Now that you get your belt back on the pulley, as you hold the breaker bar back, you can let the tension back up, and you can see when I release the tension on the belt, the pulley doesn't move at all like it was doing before. It only turns a little bit, which is normal. So now we got to put the snap ring in, then we can put the clutch hub on, and then one bolt, and you're good to go. You can start up the truck, see how it sounds, and make sure the AC clutch is going to engage, disengage, all that good stuff. Got your tool. You gotta compress it to expand the snap ring. Then you gotta bring it into where it's gonna go to keep the pulley from popping off. Snap ring in there. Now the last step is to put on the clutch hub. The new clutch hub came with new spacers, but I'm gonna try the old factory spacer first. I got it in there. I'm gonna be careful when I put this on so the washer doesn't fall out. Gotta line it up with the ridges on the compressor, okay? Now when I turn it, I'm turning the compressor. Okay, now since it came with a new bolt, I'll go ahead and put the new bolt on. Then we gotta reverse what we did before to get the old one off. We have to get that bit driver little more. That's about it. Okay. Double check it, make sure it's it's actually very tight, so I'm going to have to back it off, take the bolt out again, and put another spacer in there. I had to put 2 more washers in there. I'm able to spin it by hand now. So we're going to turn the truck on now and check it to make sure it's not spinning when the AC is off. And then we'll turn the AC on to make sure it's going to engage.